Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the Ingram in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for February 27, 2026. A solid new arrival week. A lot of great stuff came in, and a lot of killer pre-orders were announced this week. Now, I actually didn't have time to build all these into the inventory yet, so if you look a little bit later on today, so late Thursday, early Friday, should be done by the end of today though. But at the worst on Friday, I'll have all these up, and there's like 20 other great pre-orders. But I kind of selected a list of some of the best stuff. Starting with Mobile Fidelity. They are doing a 45 RPM of the Doobie Brothers, Captain and Me. To be announced date, like all Mobile Fidelity, but should be within 3 months. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Cole Porter Songbook and John Coltrane's Impressions. Both of those are part of the Verve Acoustic Sound series, coming out May 22nd. So all analog, cut from the master tape. Matt Luthans has been doing most of those. I'm assuming he's going to be doing that. The Cramps have Psychedelic Jungle, Bad Music for Bad People, and Songs the Lord Taught Us, all coming out April 10th. About time those got a reissue. Originals of all three of those are probably pushing $100 now. Speaking of another album that needed to be reissued, now I've got a couple of the indie colored exclusives of these on the website for pre-order, but Danzig is doing album 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first 4 Danzigs are going to be on black vinyl April 10th, with the Cramps April 10th as well. The next 2 Blue Note Classic Series titles, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. We've got Stanley Turrentine's Easy Walker and Blue Mitchell, Thing to Do, coming out April 17th. I don't have a Whatnot schedule for this week, but next week I'm going to start the Whatnots back up, starting with a nice audiophile and mostly audiophile consignment. So there's a lot of great, high dollar records in there, some moderate price, lower price stuff, but that'll be a solid Whatnot next Thursday. All right, let's get into this week's new arrival, starting with the title I think was the most popular title for me sales-wise for the week. That is the new Rhino Reserve Moondance. Speaking of Rhino Reserve, actually, for some reason, I think I skipped over it. Miles Davis and Quincy Jones live at Montreux. That's the next Rhino Reserve that was announced. That's coming out April 10th. This made me remember it. So Moondance, if you pre-ordered it, it is probably shipping to you. I'm going to ship it out today. Wes Montgomery, Full House, OJC, all analog, cut from the original master tape by generally Kevin Gray. Yeah, Kevin Gray. All right, up next, we've got Vince Guaraldi and Bolasset. Let's see, From All Sides, again, an OJC, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. A lot of audiophile records this week. Oscar Peterson +1 Clark Terry. This is part of the Acoustic Sounds Verve series titles. Yeah. Again, probably cut, Matt Luthans, cut by Matt Luthans. In the beginning, it was a combination of some different mastering engineers, but now that Matt Luthans is their in-house mastering engineer, he's doing most of the analog productions output. Same thing with this, Affinity, the Oscar Peterson Trio. Same series. We just wrapped up a listening party for Bruno Mars. We had one in the store. The next listening party, I think, is this weekend. It's going to be Morrison. A bunch of free giveaways. Check our Instagram or Facebook for that information. But yeah, just listen to this. And I'm not a Bruno Mars fan, but this wasn't a terrible album. It was solid. Bruno Mars, The Romantic. This is the red vinyl indie exclusive. And we've got the black vinyl. If you pre-ordered this from us, I've got a couple dozen tote bags. It's for locals only, part of the listening party. But if you pre-ordered it and pick it up on Friday, you'll get the tote bag. But for Friday pickup, tote bag, Bruno Mars. The debut album from Rush, from UMG. Direct to Acetate, live at Third Man Records, Geese. Gorillaz, The Mountain on black vinyl. Pretty cool cover. Rob Zombie, The Great Satan. This is on ghostly black vinyl. Includes a 28-page booklet. I'm a big Rob Zombie fan. I'm probably going to pick this up. Seen him in concert once. It was a good concert. He crowd surfed right over me. His hair smelled terrible. It was rough. My biggest memory from that show. This is the indie vinyl exclusive, limited to 5,200 copies on black and white swirl vinyl. The new album from Iron and Wine. This is the Loser Edition colored vinyls. Loser Edition for them is their first pressing. So Loser Edition, Iron and Wine. The anniversary edition of 20th anniversary, wow, of Panic at the Disco's A Fever You Can Sweat. I feel like this is a new album. Exclusive red apple vinyl. We've got a picture disc of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is the 45th anniversary. One of those picture discs that when the album was new came out as a picture disc, you know, an early picture disc. Ray Charles. No one does it like Ray Charles. Remastered by Michael Graves and... Let's see. Remastered by Michael Graves. Vinyl mastering by Jeff Powell. Kind of a tongue. A little bit of a mouthful because the name of the mastering studio is Michael Graves. Let's see. Most songs on vinyl for the first time since the original 45s. Rare hit singles from his early 1960s peak. From Elemental Music, we have the Ohio Players Skin Tight. From Dark Horse, we've got George Harrison's Electronic Sound, remastered for vinyl from the original analog stereo master tapes. And we've also got Wonderwall Music. The Emotions, Untouched. This is, if I'm not mistaken, check out the description on the website. I feel like this was all analog, cut from tape. This is the Clearwater Blue Pressing. Could have swore it said that on the description, but didn't say it for some reason on the hype sticker. This is the same thing. Oh yeah, look, right there. I guess I missed this big giant lettering right here that said all analog release. On black vinyl. Same thing with the Temprees, Lover Man. This is all vinyl release, first ever vinyl reissue. A rare Sweet Soul album from the Stax label, a 1972 classic. So I've got it on Valentine red vinyl, and then I've also got it on black vinyl. Pat Metheny, Side Eye, number 3+. Bill Frisell, In My Dreams. Let's see, what do we got here? Jaquez Corsil, Black Sweet on BYG Records. Let's see, some of these, no, not that one. Let's see, what is this? Willie Nelson, Country Music, contains 14 seminal country standards plus one Willie Nelson penned original. Leslie Odom Jr. Live at Speakeasy Studios. Leon Ware, self-titled, reissue by Real Gone Music. Whale, Everything is a Lot. A Monkees record you never see. This is a Friday Music reissue, but this is the Monkees Changes. Let's see, Sugar. The name of this album is Beaster on Cherry Eco Vinyl. See You When I Get Back, The Inner Wave. Cool cover. I have no idea what this is musically. Pulling up as rock. On Concord, we have The Record Company, Give It Back to You, the deluxe 10th anniversary edition. Let's see, Pacific Avenue, Lovesick Sentimental. A lot of stuff this week. Lala, Heaven 2. Glass Beams, Mahal. This is a 12-inch EP on black vinyl. The Awakening on Black Jazz, one of my favorite labels as far as avant-garde jazz goes. This is a blue and black swirl pressing, limited to 500 copies. Stuff on Black Jazz is next to impossible to find originals of. They're all pretty much $100+ records. Great label. Sophia Isela, I Can Be Your Mother EP, plus the singles on hardwood vinyl. And this is Sophia Isela, I'm Camera, LP, limited edition on Warts vinyl. Okay. Warts and all. Okay, let's see. Vallette Umbra Zindico, Seeking Other Beauty. This is another all-analog release. First reissue of the 1973 space rock spiritual jazz cult classic. Man, this is on Prestige, and I am not familiar with this. That is going to be the very first record I listen to from this batch. I mean, unless there's another banger dug back in here. Zigzag Band, Chickayo Music Kings, 1987 to 1998. This is on the label Analog Africa, another fantastic label specializing in African music, but more like African soul, electronic music. The Upsetters, A Fistful of Dub. You know, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Fistful of dollars, fistful of dub. Jacob Miller, Mixed Up Moods, 12-inch record on, looks like bright yellow vinyl. This is a 2-disc Zoetrope from Disclosure. Caracal Zoetrope, 10th anniversary edition. Lights, A6 Extended. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Who knows? Carpenter Brute, Leather Temple. This is the indie vinyl exclusive on yellow vinyl. I got a box set of this too. So this is Sodom, Get What You Deserve, expanded double vinyl. I have a box set from Sodom. It's not up here for some odd reason, but check that out on the website as well. I think it's a bunch of their albums. I don't think it's a box set of that album. Split Ends, Second Thoughts. This is the expanded edition. Oh, I showed you guys last week Angelo Kelly's new album, Alive. The 33 came last week. There's a 45 of it as well. Unfortunately, UPS dinged every one of them, but I've got them on sale. They're on discount. This is the 45 RPM version of this. All analog, cut from the master tape by Chris Bellman. The Gits. Frenching the Bully. This is a limited color vinyl version on Sub Pop. 2 LP set of Danny Elfman's score of The Corpse Bride. Another Real Gone Music title. And we've got some restocks, starting with Cal Jader's Amazonias. Great record. Phenomenal sounding, all analog, cut from the master tape by Kevin Gray. This sold out immediately last week, but we have it back. This is the Chamber Brothers. Time Has Come. This is numbered to 1,000 copies on red colored vinyl. This is number 377. Another restock from Elvis. We've got Back in Memphis, limited to 1,500 copies. Music on vinyl. And I'm guessing this is a restock. Cameron Winter, Heavy Metal. All right, guys, all this stuff can be purchased online at theingroove.com. And again, we have a Morrissey listening party with some freebies, t-shirts, that kind of thing we're going to be giving away. If you are in Phoenix, come check it out this weekend. Until next time.